Hello, Lewis here, and this is the level 2 belt testing requirements, which means if you're currently a white belt, red stripe or above, you'll need this set of techniques on the next belt test. Let's start as we always do. Go rest position, go to attention, shoulders back, that's it. And then we're gonna bow and go back to rest position. This isn't a full class, so we won't be doing the warm-up, but if you want to do a warm-up, you can do a warm-up, pause and do a warm-up now, because it's more of a reference for the techniques. It can be done as a class though if you want to. We're going to start off as a with the reverse punch from the front stance. So you're going to put one leg back like this here. You're going to get your guard. Actually, we'll start off with the fist. So open your hands up like this. And you're going to roll your little fingers in first. Put your thumb on top, squeeze, and you're going to put your right hand next to your hip and your left hand out. And the left hand is for blocking most of the time, and then we're going to be reverse punching off the rear hand. Okay, so we'll call this one the rear hand, the one that's on the same side as your rear leg, and this lead hand here. Okay, so we're going to do the reverse punch. We're going to aim towards the stomach. So you're going to punch, hold it there, and then pull it back. So we'll do it a couple times slow, then we'll do it at real speed. You're going to punch, hold, and pull it back. So when we do the reverse punch, this hand here, the lead hand, goes to your jaw and then goes back. As well as the back foot, this back foot here wants to twist just like this here. So you're going to punch and pull it back, and punch and pull it back, and punch and pull it back. Okay, now we're doing it a bit quicker. So it's going to be, so my hand and the foot twist at the same time. So we're going to do 2 sets of 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this time we do it a bit quicker and even stronger, so more of a twist on that back foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then go to your rest position. So that's the reverse punch of the front stance. The front stance being this one here, when a bit more, you can be a bit towards the side, but more or less I'm to the front. With this side stance, I'm completely to the side. So my rear leg is hiding behind the lead leg, but for this reverse punch, it's the front stance. Okay, so now the next technique we're gonna work is the blocking technique. So pretty much every belt has a different blocking techniques to learn. Before, for the first level, which is for white belts and above, it was low block. This one's the high block. I'm going to practice it from the horse stance. So get your legs about this sort of width here and bend your knees. If the legs are straight, that's incorrect. It's not a horse stance. A horse stance hasn't got much of a practical use in terms of, let's say, self-defense or competitive karate, but it's very good for developing your discipline because it's difficult, and your leg strength. So you want to bend your knees here and get your hand, both your hands on the hip. We're going to do the high block. Now, the thing with the blocks is you want to make it look strong, because you can just do it like that, and that's correct, but it has no intent behind it. You want to be like that, make it strong. Let's do 5. So we're going 1. I'm going to alternate arms each time. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 5 more now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this should be strong above your head, and this fist should be tight. And then back to rest position. The kick we're doing is the axe kick, lead leg, axe kick, and rear leg. Before we do axe kicks though, we're going to do the dynamic stretching, the leg raisers. So you're going to put one hand out, one hand here, and you're going to raise your leg as high as you can. So try and get it either head height or above. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're feeling particularly tight, you can do 20 or 40, you can. If you do 40, your legs will be really warm, the wood. So put one hand out like this, let's do other hand. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And to finish off, we do the static stretching, so we go down. Hands on the floor for 10, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to keep the body facing forward. Go to the other side, go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then go to this side here, go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back. Go to rest position. Now, the next technique is the kicks. So we get our guarding stance, one leg back. It's the same front stance we did the reverse punch from. The guard. We'll do the lead leg to begin with. With this requires a heel to heel step where we're stepping heel to heel, and then the lead leg is the axe kick, and it goes away from your body this way, there, and then back. Well, with the heel to heel step, it doesn't have to be heel to heel. It can just be a quarter or half or the whole way. But it's very difficult to do the kick without any sort of step. That's why we always add the step when we do any sort of lead leg kick. Most of the time has a step involved. So let's do 5 of these. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the rear leg requires no steps, it's just the leg just comes up, around this way here. Let's do 5 of these. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do those same kicks, but sort of the real speed you're doing them. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now rear leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest position. The next technique, we've done the rear lead axe kick, reverse punch from the front stance, high block from horse stance. Now our self-defense specific technique is the thrust kick from the lying down guard. So for this one, we're going to go to lying down guard, which is not complete. This is me completely lying down. This is no good because if someone pushed me over, I haven't got much mobility or defense. So get your knees up and your head off the ground, just like that. And now to get to the kick position, we have to put both hands on the floor and lift your hips in the air like this. And you're going to pull this leg back. We'll do 5. 1, pull the knee all the way back. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to switch. Bring this knee back here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then back down here. So we would have the option, to do the base stand up that was in the previous video, the level 1 techniques, but we're deciding to do the kick in this situation. So we have to put both hands on the floor, lift your hips off the air, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, switch, knee back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's it. And then from there we'll do the base stand up and then go to rest position here. We're gonna finish off with the combination. We're gonna tie most of those techniques together. You get your guide stance here. The first two, we're gonna go high block, reverse punch, just like that. So it's high block, reverse punch, and high block, reverse punch. Then we're gonna add the kicks. Quickly check the kicks. We can go high block, reverse punch, lead leg axe kick, rear leg axe kick. So we're going here, we're going 1, 2, 3, land, and then 4. So to remember, we're going lead hand, rear hand, lead leg, rear leg. Let's go again. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and back to guard. One more time, and then we're gonna do it a bit quicker. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now we do it in one smooth sequence. But always finish with a guide stance, almost like that's a separate technique. So it's almost 5 techniques. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the stance is after. Because if you hit someone, or kick someone, or push someone, or do anything sort of physically hitting someone, and you strike, they're gonna hit you back most of the time, or try to. So you gotta have your stance here like that. Especially if you're doing karate sparring and you get someone who's trained. So you have to make sure you're stronger after you've done the technique than before. Let's do that again. Let's do each count. We do the 4 move sequence. 1. Strong stance. 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And rest position. That's all the techniques needed for the level 2, which means if you're a white belt red stripe currently or above, you'll need those techniques. Now you might not need all those techniques, because the higher belt you get, all the techniques are required. So level 1. So if you're a brown belt black stripe, there's pretty much almost dozens and dozens of techniques you need. And during the test, there won't be time to do every single technique. So we'll pick like half of the techniques. So you have to make sure you know every technique on these videos, so you don't get caught out. After all the techniques with the test, we always do the endurance, and it would be with the level 2, it's extended plank for 45 seconds and squat burpees for 45 seconds. We've gone through those in the previous videos. There's no new techniques. It's just a longer duration